Welcome to FormSheet Beta. FormSheet is a PDF tool that uses Excel to create smart fields on the document. I decided to create this because most of the forms that we use generally come from Excel as what creates the template. So it made sense to me to try and use the data from Excel to set the cell sizes instead of having to do it manually. So it's currently available through side loading only and not through Microsoft Office directly. Once you install it, it'll appear up here in the ribbon, and you start by setting the print area. At the moment, I've already got my print areas defined as an A4. You can see by the dashed line. So you can capture active print sheet area, or you can set the current selection, which is the method I prefer because when I set the selection, I know that they're the calibration points I'm going to be using. So the next step would be to just start filling out the form. So names are generally just text type. And important note about this is the field placement. So if you leave it on the standard, which is one field over the selected range, it would put one giant text box over all of those cells. So when you're doing a bulk placement, I suggest you use the one field in each cell selected, and then that will populate all of the cells with an individual field. You can also edit them as well. So, for example, you can select this one here and get it to select what you've currently got selected. You can do a group as well. Select visible. Select just the ones that you've highlighted in green, and do a bulk edit on those. You can have drop downs, and the thing about drop downs is fantastic. Like, if I had a list of things, like a list of people's names, I can just copy paste them in there and change them from a database, which is pretty handy. So I can apply that to selected fields, and those ones will be drop downs. And then next I'll do a date. So you can change the format of the date. Now this one here is important. So fill today's date when the field receives focus and is empty. So this is how I currently run a lot of my forms, where when the person clicks on it, it automatically fills the date from the computer of the device, which is pretty handy. You can also just type over the top of it if you wanted to change the time or date, but this is the quickest way, and it's pretty smart too. So again, because I'm doing a bulk, I can just populate the whole field, signature, following the same process. All right, so that's the sheet completely populated. Now I need to map it. So here's the template, and now that's appeared, I'm going to calibrate it off the print area that I set before. Just note that if you mess it up, you can grab one of the handles and slide this around and dial it in. But that's pretty good. As you can see, the sheet's completely populated now. Those are purple there because they're the drop downs that I edited from before, and then build the smart PDF document. And there we have it. It's now populated. The auto date works. Signature works. And wherever I click, everything seems to function. There's my drop down. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you know, previously, you know, you would have had to grab this text box like this. I'd zoom in. And I would click auto. I'd slide that across. Then I have to put in the signature. But it's not perfect, you know, there's always gaps with human error. And then I set the sheet scale, and that allows me to copy these or multiply these down. So I'm guessing it's about 5.3. Oh, what a guess. 5.37. Practice makes perfect, huh? All right. So that's it for populating, but what's not here is the Java information for auto date. So if I wanted to do this in Bluebeam, I would have to do it like this, edit, go get my JavaScript information, come back, paste it in, and then that would work the same. But keep in mind with this is that you can't copy any smart cell with Java information. It won't copy down. So it's a limitation with Bluebeam software is that you can't bulk edit either. We see how it disappears as soon as I've got more than one cell. If you got one, it's okay, but you got more than one, you're unable to put JavaScript information in there. So what I would normally do in my own process before I create a FormSheet is I would save this down, and then I would open it in Adobe Acrobat, like so, and properties, and then actions, add, oh my god, on focus, why this is not normal, okay, run a JavaScript, and then I can paste my information in there. And then all of these cells get populated. Another thing with Adobe, which is pretty cool, it has an auto ability to, let's save this. I'll open that in Adobe Acrobat. And if I prepare the form, it automatically puts text boxes in all the cells, which is, you'd think, oh, this is awesome. What's the point of FormSheet? Well, devil's in the detail. Signature rows are not signature columns, so they're all gone. And as you can see, Adobe is very slow compared to using Bluebeam. I mean, look at that. It's ridiculous. I mean, okay, so they're all gone. So then I would have to go in and put the digital signature columns in, like so. And then we're back to this really slow, painful process of manual, and everything's in inches, like imperial system as well. It's like you can't, there's no settings to change this to metric as far as I know. And it's always like, I prefer building forms in Bluebeam every day of the week and just coming to Adobe just so I can copy the Java information in. So yeah, that's why FormSheet exists, because of the pain points that are associated with this process. So I hope you like it. Please test the beta and test the form. If you create forms, let me know about any changes. I know that the calibration thing's a bit weird. It was what I had to do to try and get it to work. I could probably do something with how you set margins, and get it to just work without needing to calibrate, and it'd be perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. The options inside the field types are limited at the moment. They're the things that I usually use, like checkboxes, but there's a lot of other things like radio buttons and shit like that that I can definitely add into the future. It's really not that difficult. But I just wanted to get something going and be practical. So thanks for watching this. Next, I'm going to do a head-to-head battle between using the traditional method on the sample sheets and using FormSheet. All right, I am going to start by using the traditional method. And there we have it. It took me about 6 minutes to complete this form from start to end. All right, let's see how long it takes using FormSheet from the very beginning. And that's it. It took half the time.